said ye da ye ede emamono we Ablekuma North ena yesan ede ebebiu eye electoral area baako a anase eye constituency baako a ɛho ensem aye deja a achiye enye asem ketewa na ho nsem no de enye asem ketewa ye de tale na why ɛwɔ sɛ ye kan na akoye a whole lot of things because of the actions of NDC tax eye no ma bia enso eni ano ama yisi ateki a certain decision a enye asem ketewa decision ben na yisi ateki at the end of our news. I know that we will know the next step of the Ghana Electoral Commission. In Sabe Ablekuma North County no and yisi date say ye ba bekan abanom. Edana du ye ba bekan edana du na se media for yakwa kodru o se yakwa kotwen na said ye daye ye no ni yatwa na ye de ensem no abreti for ye we wan say ye nipaku bi kuta weapons ni ade na womode abawura yisi officer di hu ya ne say omo say enoma entiase bia enhyeda enim na eda ya hye se ye ba bekan abade ene yi anase squad ya mu abayi omu free ehefa na achi eninya ntie se NDC for na aye omu ho se Goro boys enomodi ababe bawura wonom na chese omu mpese bekan abanom ni nyina ene se yedi kan make the declaration for the NDC side na achi no mu se there be some of the areas ya ewo honom ayenkan ye na ebesi ene even 3 electoral areas ewo ho a yenya enkan ye na yenkan enwedia ene we den na we declare edema NDC we nsusu enye te se eye presidential na even the yenkan ne beka ho a still ya na we ne for the NDC. No, as for this anything can happen, so why do you have to declare the winner for NDC and ema yisi edibetu just say there must be a recollation NDC for I try everything possible say recollation no omoma no ema so nanso so no for a year yisi so say recollation my idea Ablekuma no fit intimi declare say we na we ni ana we na afa intinena de ewo ho eno no na sabe ni ntia beka yensa say yisi ya dia sabe de nentia yensaka ene se Ghana Electoral Commission adia wa hoto the collation na just recollation no adia wa twasensen na wonyamfa date ema abonten na sabi NDC for ehu sheki pa fi say the guys are omo ebura won na chese NDC tax omo ebura hon mo samo beye pense ni nyina ni say omo ntiase for the collation and names a whole lot of things omo so move inside omo to NPP for electoral commission office war and a whole lot of things na yen say meno ye reporter the ensem no ankasa enchemu no or the eba betu edwa na ye hu said ye ekosi office war no ye nyina eba na fe the next step of the year so no ye de ama atiefo
is Nana Tufo Boateng, and you are watching Channel 1 television from our studios here at number 5 Oula Hansen Lane, Tessano in Accra. We apologize for that interruption in our normal programming because we're taking you to the regional office of the Electoral Commission where that scheduled collation of parliamentary results for Ablekuma North has been interrupted by some persons who have ransacked the place, destroying property. My colleague Charles Owusukumi is currently stationed there and he's joining us live with updates from the Regional Collation Center. Hello, Charles. Tell us more about this morning's incident.
Well, Nana, like you rightly said, this morning the Electoral Commission was scheduled to resume the collation of parliamentary election results for Ablekuma North. We know that out of the 281 polling stations, 3 of them remain outstanding. So that was what the commission was scheduled to resume and collate those results, add them to what they have, and declare winner between the NPP's Nana Kuefrie and the NDC's Erabna Orbin. So the commission scheduled that coalition exercise to begin at 8. And as media men, we were here early enough to witness and report on these processes. But just when we were all gathered around waiting for the officers of the Electoral Commission to come in and begin that process, we noticed that some men had entered the coalition area. Now, let me also say that, usually when you come for these coalition exercises, there are very high security protocols that you must clear before you are allowed entry. So there's a main police barricade right at the main entrance of the Electoral Commission. You need a special coalition pass to be able to enter. That wasn't the case today. There were no security officers outside the Electoral Commission offices like we usually we become accustomed to. And so we all just came in, and I was surprised. I kept asking my colleague media men why they allowed us free entry without the barricades. So just when we're in, these men, who we believe are affiliated to the NDC, came in, heavily built men, numbering about 30 to 40, came in, ordered all of us to move our equipment out of the coalition area. While all of this was going on, none of the Electoral Commission officers who were supposed to be part of this coalition exercise were here. So it was just media people here. Ordered all of us to move out of the building and then began ransacking the whole area. So I'll show you images of what they have done. So all the louver frames and blades here have been destroyed. So you can see the destruction on the windows, on the floor. You can see the remnants of what the work they have done, the extent of the destruction. This room, which looks like a storeroom for the Electoral Commission, has also had its windows completely damaged. And then I'll take you right into the Collation Center itself. So this is the entrance of the Collation Center. It was not open in the morning, but these people who came in forced the door open. Usually, this is where the coalition is done. You have the Electoral Commission setting up nicely here. Media people also giving their space here. And so I am just going to also show you what has been done to the entrance of this very room. Now, you can see in your shot all the windows broken down. We were told that if you film this, you are going to have your camera taken away from you, destroyed. So it went away for a while to allow them to do their thing, and then came back to take the visuals you're currently seeing on your screens. Now, some of them who managed to speak to us say they would not allow the coalition exercise to continue. For them, their candidate, Rabna Obin, has been declared winner of the Ablekuma North election, and so they find this coalition exercise, although has been ordered by the courts as an injustice, for which reason they came here this morning to do this destruction. They say that no Rabna Obin, no Ablekuma North. Those are some of the chants that were ongoing here this morning. I saw the constituency organizer for the NDC in Ablekuma North, Musa Kalamu, here this morning. He was with these people, even though I didn't see him come up here to do this destruction, but he was with the NDC supporters this morning. He told us that he had received information that there was going to be a coalition exercise here at 8 a.m. That was the reason why he was here. I also saw the NDC's candidate, Rabna Obin, here this morning. So, supporters of the NDC from Ablekuma North, Nana, this morning have come to the Electoral Commission's Collation Center here in the Greater Accra region, and gone ahead to effect this massive destruction you see here. Like I said earlier, the usual security protocols that reporters are used to come into these collation centers were non-existent this morning. I only see a handful of police officers and military men, just about 4 or 5 military men, about 4 or 5 police officers, which has not been the case. And so whether the Electoral Commission made the necessary arrangements with the National Election Security Task Force to get adequate security for this, we don't know yet. I had a conversation with the Deputy Director of Research for the Electoral Commission, Mr. Fretete. He had no idea what had happened here when I called him to find out if indeed the coalition exercise was going to come off earlier in the morning. So we're just going to go downstairs and then see what also happened there, because there was some of the destruction also happened downstairs. You can see, so this window, which is currently on your screen, you can see all of its louver blades have been broken down. And you know, this morning within the past few days, we've seen reports on social media, supporters of Rabina Orbin putting up posters of her, declaring her as winner of Ablekuma North, even though the Electoral Commission had not completed the coalition exercise yet. We've also seen supporters of Nanekwe Free claiming victory for their candidate Nana Owusu Ekwefie of the NPP. So you can see here in your shot, all of these windows have been broken down. We have also just received news that these people who came here today are currently on their way to the head office of the Electoral Commission. Reasons we are yet to establish the reason going to the Electoral Commission head office, because we were informed that this would be the coalition point for the Ablekuma North constituency. So you can see downstairs here at the Electoral Commission's regional office some of what is left of what the destruction that happened here. Louver blades scattered all over here. This morning. So you can see all of these louver blades, all of these louver blades, you can see them here scattered here this very early morning, when we were expecting the Electoral Commission to go on and continue with its collation. Remember, the High Court ordered the Electoral Commission to go and continue the collation of results for some 4 outstanding constituencies: Techiman South, Okankwe Central, Tema Central, and Ablekuma North. The Commission has successfully completed the collation for those 3 constituencies, declaring the candidates for the NPP Parliament, Techiman South, the Mensa Kosa, the former minister for local government. For Tema Central, Charles Forson declared winner for that election following the of results which happened here. And then Central I can see in the shots some military officers who have just gone up there to.
Hello, Charles.
Ablekuma.
Charles, if you can reposition yourself, we seem to be losing audio from your end. If you can reposition yourself so we can get proper sound from you.
Can you hear me now?
Much better, much better. Please carry on.
Yes. So I was talking about the for some time now of 201 polling. The Electoral Commission
Charles,
only
Charles, if you can move a
had
bit towards your left, I think it's better when you move towards your left so we can hear you clearly. We're having some glitches regarding the sound from
okay.
your end. So move towards your left. So it's better when you move towards your
Is it
towards
better?
your right rather. Apologies for that. Towards your right, so we can hear you clearly. We seem to be having
Hello?
some difficulties. Charles, yes, great. This is much better. We've seen
Is
some
it-
security personnel.
This is much better.
Much better, yes. We've seen some persons in uniform, both police and military. Who are these? Were they stationed there when the attack on the office occurred? Or what's happening? What's the story regarding the security detail?
Well, I mentioned earlier, so the security protocols usually is you'd have security officers in their hundreds here during the collation exercise. That has not been the case this morning. You only find a handful of police officers and military officers. So these two military officers who just went past us, they were here in the morning when this occurred. But there are not enough police officers nor military officers to make any attempt at stopping the numbers of people who came here. The first batch of about 30 and 40 which began this destruction, and then there were reinforcements later to add up onto the numbers. There is a police vehicle stationed right at the entrance of the Electoral Commission, but I can tell you, Nana, the police officers here are not even more than 10, and so it would have been very difficult for them to try and stop. No one actually made any attempt at stopping these people. We were just up there, they came in, ordered everybody out, take your cameras, take everything, do not film, threatening to destroy our equipment if we film, and began doing what they did. We've been told that they're heading to the Electoral Commission's head office there. But the here this morning is that the recollation exercise, which was expected to commence at 8 a.m. This morning by the Electoral Commission, had not started, but it was, you saw some people believed to be affiliated with the NDC, some thugs come in here and cause destruction in protest of the coalition exercise, saying that their candidate Rabna Obin has been duly elected and declared winner for Ablekuma North, and so the coalition exercise that was ongoing here, they saw that as an injustice, for which reason they had come here to do whatever they wanted to do, destroy louver frames, the doors of the Electoral Commission offices, saying that they are not allow the coalition exercise to continue. Now, 3 polling stations are standing for Ablekuma North. The Electoral Commission, when it started this coalition exercise, did not have 62 polling station results, pink sheets. And so they didn't have that. The NDC didn't have that. The NPP offered to provide those pink sheets, but they were scanned copies of these pink sheets. So on the very first day of that recollation exercise, the NPP provided some 42 of these pink sheets. The commission did their verification, and then they were able to verify these pink sheets and added the results onto what they already had. And then there were issues with 20 pink sheets that the NPP presented to the Electoral Commission. The returning officer for Ablekuma North then devised a strategy, which strategy he was going to use the presiding officers for the various polling stations to come and verify these pink sheets that had been presented by the NPP. 13 of those, well, 17 of those eventually were able to be verified by these presiding officers. I remember there was a presiding officer here who came and said that he could verify that the numbers and figures for the various candidates were his own handwriting, but he could not recognize the the sports ballots that were on the pink sheets, and that actually raised some issues here at the Collation Center. So those 3 outstanding polling stations were what we expected the Electoral Commission to come and do the collation for, but that has yet to happen. We need to find out from the Electoral Commission later if it is going to happen at all, following what has happened here at the Electoral Commission's Collation Center here in the Greater Accra region. Anna.
Charles, do we know if the EC officials, especially from the constituency, Ablekuma North, were present? Do we know if party agents were present when this happened? And was there any attack on the persons of individuals, or it was just property that was vandalized?
Well, there were no attacks on individuals. There were just threats to media men to move out. Now, the returning officer for Ablekuma North, he was not here. Officials from that constituency were not here. The regional officials of the Electoral Commission, who are usually part of this coalition exercise, were all not here. For us, we thought that, you know, it's typical of the Electoral Commission. Sometimes you are giving an 8 o'clock time for coalition, starts around 9. So we're just waiting for the commission to come in and start. But like I said, while we were waiting, what happened. But there were no officials of the commission at the Collation Center at the time these attacks happened. And these attacks were not on individuals or any persons. They were just on the property of the Electoral Commission. Yeah.
Very well, Charles. Thank you so much. Good job there. We'll come back to you as and when necessary for some updates regarding this developing story. Charles Owusukumi is my colleague here at the Channel 1 newsroom, bringing us up to speed regarding an attack on the EC's regional office, where collation for the Ablekuma North constituency was scheduled to take place. However, this has been truncated or interrupted due to the attack on the office of the EC. We'll bring you updates in our subsequent bulletins. This is Channel 1 Television. My name is Nana Tufuo Boateng. Stay here and keep watching Channel 1 TV.